Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I do hope you are doing well. Well, today I'm going to be talking about this warning shot that Meghan essentially gave to the whole world, and it was very intentional, and it surprised Harry. She definitely surprised Harry with this, and I think this is something that needs to be talked about. I will be posting my other review of the other episodes, but for now, I want to talk about this warning shot that Meghan gave because it was very intentional. There's been a lot of buzz about Meghan and this calling of this name, Sussex, as her surname now, and there is a reason why she did that. And it even surprised Harry. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get into it. Before we go into everything that has happened, I want to take a look at the Drew Barrymore interview, just because there is something that has happened there that I want you all to think about in that interview that is going to set the tone for what we're going to be talking about. So there's a lot of things that are going on with Meghan and this whole Drew Barrymore interview. It really is an eye-opener, and I think it is telling us some things that we have to pay attention to. We really have to pay attention to this, okay? So I want you to watch this, and then I'm going to talk about it.
Find ways to show up for each other, and if that's the one thing that I can convey through the show or through As Ever as a brand, I want people to know you can show up for each other because you know how good it feels when someone shows up for you. So thank you.
But does she show up for people? Did she really show up for people? I mean, come on, I don't want to rehash it. I've talked about it. Meghan, she gives off this sense of fake and false and pretentiousness, and it doesn't feel authentic. That is the it thing that you sense when you watch her. You look at her and it's like the side eye. Really? For real, Meghan? For real? Believe what she is saying because it doesn't even feel real. And she and her husband are constantly trying to be this couple so in tune with each other and not doing other things like they're feeding off of each other. They're not feeding off of each other because they are doing their own things. Harry is doing things here around going to New York and his charity work, and Meghan is trying to get her A-list status. This is a couple that is not doing things together for us to even believe that she is showing up with Harry in an authentic way on a daily basis, having lunch. How was your day? How are things going? I mean, and they're not even doing things that are aligned with what they both want. They're not in shared purpose together. So how can they be showing up every day doing the things that Meghan is saying right here when we've already seen and experienced the things that they are not doing together? And it's when Meghan says these things, she sounds so rehearsed and cold, and it doesn't feel real. It feels very synthetic. It feels very false. And this is the point that I want to make around what I'm getting ready to talk about in this article, is that Meghan is going to keep pursuing and trying. But at the end of the day, is she able to convince people that she is the things that she is saying? So this is what happened when Meghan talked about her title on her show on the second episode with Mindy Kaling. She did something that surprised Harry. Neil Sean reported on this as well. And then I thought, yeah, this is when this article, around the time when this came out, or Meghan already knew this, I believe, that there are talks about removing the title Sussex from Harry and Meghan because of everything that they have done. So this is what's happening. So it seems like Harry and Meghan might lose out on their Sussex title. Since Meghan's lifestyle miniseries With Love, Meghan premiered on Netflix, she's attracting a lot of attention, and it is safe to say that all of it is not quite positive. Apart from all the criticism Meghan has drawn to her new venture, one particular bit hasn't gone down well with netizens. It seems that the same hasn't gone down very well also with the British royal family. During the second episode, Meghan tells Mindy Kaling that they're working on preparing this garden party, and Kaling surprises Meghan with the food that she ate as a child, and she says, quote, "People wouldn't believe that Meghan Markle ate at Jack in the Box." And then Meghan then went on to correct her, saying, "It's so funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. I'm Sussex now," she added. "You have kids and you go, no, I share my name with my children. I didn't know how meaningful that would be to me, but it just seems so much to go. It just means so much to go. This is our family name, our little family name." Okay, so Meghan set the tone with that. And that was a surprise to Harry as well, because it's not Meghan Sussex, and Harry knows better. Even on the birth certificate of the children is Mountbatten Windsor. She goes on to say that the Sussex name is part of our love story, that she will tell Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet one day, saying, "I think as the kids get older, they're so excited about, oh my gosh, Mama and Papa, how did you meet? I think it will come with the time as they get older, but right now is a huge part of our love story is that we share the name Sussex." Okay, so this is what has happened. And we saw she was introduced as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, on this show. Like, she is using that name Sussex in a very intentional way right now. Why right now, you might be asking yourself. Okay, well, here is what is happening. Although Meghan has boasted her title quite a bit in the last few days, because this is very recent that she's doing this, there's a possibility that she and Prince Harry may face losing their Duchess and Duke of Sussex titles, according to reports that might happen if they continue making critical remarks about the royal family. Now, we know that they got this name in 2018 when they stepped back from their senior royal duties in 2020, and as part of that agreement, Buckingham Palace stated that they would no longer use their HRH, His and Her Royal Highness. Now, royal sources told the Daily Mail that the royal family is considering a potential sanction that could be forced if Prince Harry and Meghan Markle publicly criticize the monarchy again. It is believed that stripping them of the Sussex title will require an act of parliament. This warning follows years of public statements by the couple that have been seen as damaging to the monarchy. Now, as reported also on news outlets, it first made its waves in 2001 with the Oprah Winfrey interview, and then we know once again with the 2022 Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan, and then also in Harry's memoir in 2003. Now, according to reports, Meghan's comments on her show have been interpreted. Meghan's comments have been interpreted as a warning shot to the royal family, signaling her strong desire to keep the Sussex name. So while it may look innocent and Meghan's just saying things like, oh, her name is Sussex, and Mindy is thinking, oh, okay, now you're telling me this. It wasn't a thing that she said during the Spotify interview when she interviewed Mindy, but it's become very, very much a point of contention right now, only because they have been warned. It is definitely in the works of these titles being removed. And Meghan, in her very sly, sinister kind of way of doing things, she says it on a show where it's made publicly, and even Harry is surprised to hear this news. Like, your surname is Sussex now? But what happened to Mountbatten Windsor? So yet again, there's another dig at Harry. But yet we're supposed to believe that they're so in love and, date your wife and all these things that she puts out here on the TV for everyone to see. But behind the scenes, Harry is shocked and going, what just happened, folks? What happened? But can he come out and say anything? No, because of all the love bombing and how so much in love they are. Because that would definitely be a point where it would ruin the things that have been going for them to have their making money potential, right? So she does these things because she's sending a message. It's not that she's talking about things to make you feel like she can relate to you or you can relate to her. No, she's saying these things because there is a message of her trying to set the tone for anything that could come where she could lose this title. Now, let's also not forget that on her Instagram, she has Duchess of Sussex. There's a difference. When you use the word the Duchess of Sussex is when you're with your spouse. When you say it without the, it's implied that you are separated. So is she yet again giving us a message of not really being with Harry? Through that little subtle title being mentioned on her Instagram? Meghan further elaborated in an interview with People, saying it is our shared family name. And I guess I hadn't recognized how meaningful that would be to me until we had children. I love that it's something that Archie, Lily, H, and I all have together. It means a lot to me. So here we go. Meghan is sending a message to Harry as well, because we know Harry is not feeling it. Harry is checked out. But Meghan doing this is setting the foundation for trying to keep things going so that she can get her A-list status. And what can Harry do? He's been called out publicly by his wife in front of the whole world in a way that makes a lot of people go, oh, isn't that so nice? That's so nice. I don't think Harry thinks it's so nice. I don't think the royal family, who Meghan knows, is letting her know, if you start criticizing the monarchy again, you are going to have these titles removed. And Parliament, I'm sure, is going to be very much for that happening. But Meghan doing that is trying to make it so that if they try to remove this name, they're going to be looked at as the bad guys for removing something that she now finds so meaningful. But she didn't before. And I also believe it's a dig at her maiden name, Markle. She's trying to make her own family feel rejected by no longer using that name. So we can see that Meghan is definitely out here on her media blitz. I talked about in my previous video how it's very surprising that Harry is not there with her, supporting her, because he has checked out. He doesn't want to support this. He wants nothing to do with this branding. But Meghan is taking it and she's running with it. Because Harry opened the door and girlfriend walked in. And now I think Harry is trying to close the door. But he can't. How can he right now? How can he? I think we're going to see a lot of things happening when Harry finally does get the courage to do what he knows he needs to do. Right now, I think he's just taking it all in, because I think personally he's very shocked by it all. It's very shocking. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I'm telling you folks right now, Meghan did that on purpose. It was a warning shot to the royal family, because she's afraid Harry's going to leave. And this right here is showing the whole world, that's my name. You can't take it away now. You can't take it away now, because I've told everybody. And she made a warning shot to the royal family. How will they respond? We'll have to wait and see. So don't ever take what Meghan says as face value, because we know she's a very fake person who does things that are not genuine. And so her talking on Drew, talking and saying all these things about her name, also on her show, she is telling people, try me, try me. And I think we have to hope that Harry gets the courage to actually do just that, to try her. Because I think for him, it is life and death to be able to get back his own life, which he has clearly lost to this woman, this fake synthetic saleswoman, Meghan Markle. That's her name. Okay? Let's not forget it. All right, everyone. I will see you all in the next one. Toodles!